on this episode of Daniel's Den Talk Show.
This lady, the lady, his husband was working abroad and he's sending back money and he's actually giving the money to Chimak. At the end of the day, he ends up giving 30 million naira to Chimak. And the husband is like, where is my money?
That's Chimak.
Yeah, Chimak. And then the Chimak of a guy, you know what he did? He actually did a ponzi and then kaboom, he disappeared. So the lady now had to go and drink poison and die. So that's just one story out of many. And I want to tell you this personally. I actually have somebody that came to me to advertise Chimak. So this lady came to my DMs and started sharing about Chimak. I was like, okay, what's up with Chimak? And she now started telling me about them. You know me, I'm a due diligence guy. So I had to go and do a little due diligence about Chimak. I was like, how can you tell somebody if he wants to withdraw his investment before the maturity that you take 40% of his initial capital? So what do you think is the solution to crypto? Because I'm of the opinion that most of the guys that do Ponzi in Nigeria, they know. Forget all this thing. You know, initially I was like, oh, these guys don't know. They need to be protected. No, everything about Nigerians, like everybody believes like I'm the smarter guy. Do you understand? Even if it's going to kill anybody, I'm going to enter and leave before time. What do you think is the long-term solution to Chimak? And then what do you think is the solution of the people cashing out? Because from fan sponsor to all these guys, I went to fan sponsor. I was disappointed. These guys actually eloped with the money, closed their website, closed all the other accounts, and traveled out.
It's not really poverty. The thing is that, first of all, Nigerians, there's a Nigeria that they know that this thing is not sustainable. But it's more, let me cash out before it's in crash. We still need more education because it's not really the poor guys that this is that. So you see the middle class, the middle class that are knowledgeable, that are being, because if you are hearing billions of naira, where did this money come from? It's not the Dangotes that are putting their money here. It's not the Davidos that are putting their money inside this thing. It's the middle class people, that the working class that are still putting their money. And it's not as if they are broke. They have money because if they are broke, you will not put 5 million inside something.
Yeah.
So I think people still need more of financial intelligence education.
Yeah.
Because there's one that I heard of that I was kind of sympathetic, but at the end of the day, I was like, you put in your life savings. You can't put your life savings in. Even the stock market itself.
My own is not putting your life savings. My own is
even stock market.
You do your due diligence, because number one, when you put your life savings on something, you understand that if this thing goes south, that means I'm going to die. Like, how can you be willing to commit that amount of risk without actually checking what are the pros and cons? Because me, I'm like, guy, you are foolish, because we're always trying to be sympathetic with the victims. But sometimes you have to call the victims for what they are. If you are being foolish, you are being foolish, because you can't take all the money you have in the bank and then something you're not even 100% sure of, you're like throwing your money into it. Like, you need some guarantees, you understand?
Even the one that you are even 100% sure, you should not still put all your entire life savings.
Because there's nothing like 100%.
If you are young, like someone like me now, I can afford to put all my savings in stock or in an investment. If the thing folds up or something, I still have time to start all over again. It's not because at the end of the day.
You know even what I'm saying. What I'm saying for all these investments, I'm like, all this crowdfunding, I think it's a fraud. You know what I'm thinking? If you actually need money from the public, let's say you're starting a farm or you're doing any business, if you're really interested in getting money from the public, go to the SEC, file, become a public company. Are you getting it? Become a public company. Exactly. So if the people want money from you, they actually go and buy your shares. And then if you try to run with their money, they arrest you and give you 100 years in jail. Because when you go, even if you go to the United States and you committed a financial crime, you are committing it not against, you are like committing a crime against Nigeria. Are you getting it? So you are not running. Even if you go to USA, Bahamas, any place, they'll bring you back and then jail the person's ass. You understand? Now, this is the problem I have. Why would people still give money to crowdfunding? Anything vest, anything farm, or anything. If you're not willing to take all that money that you are putting to buy, because I've actually checked how much does it really take for you to go public. It doesn't cost so much. All the money that you're using to claim, okay, I'm going to do this and do that. Use that money and go public if you're being very honest. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I sent you the message.
Some they don't want the